All right,
Hey, yo,
quarterback
how's it
Bryson
going?
Daily here. Ken Kreitzer, you can start us.
Hey Bryson, Ken Kreitzer, Cam Vets Media. Good to see you. How's your practices been going so far preparing for Navy?
It's been great. We've had a great, 2.5 weeks now. Today's practice was very energetic, high tempo. I'm loving what I'm seeing from our team right now.
Looking at the Navy defense, we talked a little bit with Coach Newberry last week. They try to generate a lot of turnovers and sacks at 28 sacks. They've generated 14 fumbles on the year. What does it look like on their defense?
Yeah, like you were saying, that's their MO. Bring a lot of pressure, cause havoc, give you a lot of different looks to try to mix up things. You know, when they're having success with a certain look, they'll stay in it for a while and kind of live in that. But they're capable of giving you a lot of looks with a lot of different guys, a lot of different pressures. So that's something we've been working through, and we've had these 2 bye weeks to prepare for that. But they're very good defense, and like I said, they bring a lot of looks.
Hey, last game against Coastal, you really did something a little bit different, going back to the under center offense, and you ran it flawlessly. We talked to Coach Munkin about how difficult that was for you and your center, Brady Small. How did you handle that big change in how you do things in the game against Coastal?
Yeah, it helps having a lot of banked reps. I ran it for 3 years, prior to that, prior to this year. So, and we had a lot of guys on the team who had ran it for 4 or 5 years now. It wasn't too bad going back to it. Felt like riding a bike. And when guys are blocking like they were up front last week against Coastal Carolina, it makes it pretty easy. So that was probably the reason for the success.
Well, you ran it so well. Was there a change? Is the terminology the same that you call in the huddle or when you're calling before the snap? Is it similar or is it different?
Yeah, actually, there's a lot of carryover. It's a lot of the same schemes we run from the gun. The only thing that's changing is we're moving to under center. So that made it a lot easier. It wasn't as big as a transition as a lot of people might think. It's just some different angles and it hits a little faster. But yeah, not a whole lot of change, honestly.
Well, my final question before I pass to Ken and Sal is tell us about Brady Small and the job he did as a freshman, being able to convert on the fly to doing under center snaps and any differences in what he had to do in blocking and calling that. Tell us about how Brady Small has handled all this.
Yeah, Brady Small is an absolute stud. That's really all you could say. You put anything in front of him, he's going to block it. And, he's great at snapping from the gun, great at under center. He's just a great football player, and I'm glad he's on my side.
That's great to hear. We'll see you on Saturday.
All righty. Appreciate you.
Hey, Bryson, Ken McMillan from the Record.
How's it going?
Hey, Bryson, uh, just to follow on what Kenny was saying, you say there's a lot of similarities. So in a way, is this triple option and the shotgun offense, is it like two different offenses or is it like an offense and a half?
I'd say it's all in the offense. Like I said, it's just a lot of the same schemes. It doesn't change much for the O-line. Like I have to tell them if I'm under center or not because I'm just calling the same plays as we normally would if I was in the gun. So it's all one offense. We just have guys who are capable of doing both because we've done both in our careers. So that's what's so great about our offense now that we can go back and forth. And, we hope to utilize that more in the future.
Obviously, if you had stuck with the triple option offense against Navy, that's something that you guys have run for years. So in a way, they would kind of have like an insider look at what you guys do. But having this new offense this year, how much of a factor do you think that will be as far as Navy guessing on how to defend you guys?
Yeah, it's pretty unique how we can go back and forth and that we have the guys capable of doing that. So I think it's gonna be really, really beneficial to us to be able to give them different looks with all our versatile players. So yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good mix up for Navy.
I imagine that you guys have been practicing both over these last 2.5 weeks. Do you feel it getting better, both of these options?
We get better every week. Whatever plays coaches put out for us. whether it's under center from the gun, and everything is getting smoother. Everything we have in the game plan is looking good, and it keeps getting better every day.
I know you guys get excited about Navy and Air Force, but tell me about being off for 2.5 weeks. I'm sure there's some benefits, but also some detractions.
Yeah, it was actually very beneficial for our team, just getting everybody healthy. I think we're the healthiest we've been since week 1, honestly. So I think it's been very, very beneficial for our team. You know, and there's not a whole lot of drawbacks. It's been nice, honestly. Just getting our legs back under us and getting time to practice. I think it's going to prove as an advantage for us.
I don't believe my memory says that you played in any of these last 2 games, correct? Against Navy?
I have not.
Okay, so here it is. Your debut, not only as a starting quarterback, but your first Army Navy game. Personally, how does this feel? How do you feel as a competitor?
I'm excited. It's a special game, and it's the games like this are the reason I committed here, and the reason a lot of guys on this team committed here. Chance to play on a big stage, and front of a lot of people, and a lot of people watching on TV. But it's just managing emotions and realizing that it's really just another football game. It takes the same thing to win this one as it has the previous one. So. But I am excited. It's going to be awesome going out there with my boys.
Last thing, obviously, Army's been playing very well of late. Just tell me about the momentum you guys have, and can you carry it over?
Yeah, we're playing a good football team every year. This game's close. Getting this stretch we've had leading up to this game has been great, and I think it's boosted the confidence of a lot of guys. And we've just been playing good football, so we hope to continue that this week.
Thanks, Bryson. Good luck.
Thank you.
Hey, Bryson, South from Black Knight Nation. How are you?
Good. How you doing?
I'm good. Just wondering, how much have you played out in your head the first Army Navy game start for you? Is that something that you thought about, like maybe in the off season, or how much have you played that out?
Yeah, like I said, this is a game that, this is the reason you come here to play this game and to play games like it. And, all throughout the off season, you see beat Navy all over our facility. So yeah, it's something you think about, and it's something you prepare for all off season, all season, getting ready to play this game that we know is going to be at the end of the season. So yeah, I put myself in those shoes to try to, do some imagery and stuff like that to, get myself ready for the game.
Yeah, have you gone to any of the recent former quarterbacks, like maybe Cade Ballard or Tyler for any kind of advice, or have they give you any advice? Or
Yes, sir. I've talked to a lot of former players about it. I talked to Cade Ballard yesterday. He was up here at the facility. Got to talk to him, and that was great. I'm sure I'll reach out, and some guys will reach out to me in the next few days, and send me some words of advice and stuff. But yeah, the Army Football Brotherhood they've definitely been reaching out, and they're excited for this one as well.
did Cade share anything with you that will help you on Saturday, or?
Yeah, one thing he talked to me about was just when I get out there, just look around and enjoy the moment. It's a chance playing a big time football game, and just go have fun with it. And he told me to win. So